Tell them what your
One,
name
two,
is.
1, 2. His Lordship in the building. We black, y'all. We back. His Lordship. I don't know what I was thinking. Now my arm hurt.
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Won't you tell them what your name is?
What's up, Key? In the building. How things overseas? I gotta check out. I listened to a podcast from Jumpin' Jack Frost from London. He's a jungle DJ, but he's Jamaican. But he be talking some serious stuff about his. I had no idea after all these years and all these parties he does. I never knew. I'm not surprised though. The dude is deep. Cause he the type of dude that remixed Maya Angelou, Evelyn Champagne King, Erykah Badu. It's like, it seemed like it's a challenge. You know, Cheryl Pepsi Riley. It's like, how did the guy remix these people? Jumpin' Jack Frost, look him up. I know you might know about him though. I wanted to discuss the verses I just had. Um, you know, I don't think that was him. I've been know about Jumpin' Jack Frost. He's a Jamaican guy. He has a hard accent. He's been doing jungle for ages. He was with the first and the oldest jungle label, um, Brian G. Um, Brian G. Recordings. Well, he probably do. I don't keep, I catch his stuff on Mixcloud and SoundCloud. When he does a thing out here with this place in LA, they do a Mixcloud thing first, and then he goes to the club. But he's very political. He's very about the rights of people and how his people being treated in London in the hood. And he have great interviews. So I'm just saying that I had no idea that he was just as intellectual as he was a DJ. But you could tell with his music because nobody remixes the people that he remixes. You know, like he does, you know, Brian McKnight and all that stuff. But he'll remix some shit that you just thought couldn't be done, like Stephanie Mills and shit. You know, so that's when I started. I started remixing people like Dionne Warwick and Nina Simone and Sadie, just because I said, oh, I guess if Jack can do it, I guess it could be done. Let me try some shit. You know what I'm saying? Did you catch the verses, Key? I'm listening to my own voice playing back, so that's why I keep speaking in huge gaps, but I just cut the volume down. Did you catch the remix? I mean the versus show. I'm also gonna have my own Flipboard magazine, so people can subscribe to my Flipboard. I'm putting it together right now. And Key, you know I broke my arm, right? Oh, you asleep? Oh, I just had a versus. Why you tripping versus his lordship, and I wore myself out. His lordship, I wore myself out. My arm hurt because I just got surgery last Monday. I broke my arm Thursday, and then that following Monday, which was last Monday, I got surgery, and my car is still my car is still in the city. I had the accident on my unicycle, and somebody just told me I got a ticket on my car. So, yeah, you know, when it rains, it pours. You know, but it was fun to do. But I had no help. Imagine doing a versus. There's no interns. There's no assistants. You got to work the board. You got to work wardrobe. You got to work sound. You got to work lighting. Yeah, I'm. You know, I tried to be careful. When I got hurt, it wasn't under normal circumstances. When I got hurt, I there was one of the rules I didn't follow, which don't stress the machine out when the battery is low. And low is like 75%, 70%, not 50% or 30% or 20. It'll cut off after 34%, about 30%. But never act a fool at 70%. And I broke my rule. It's a standard for everyone. So I did a video called Pimp Down, where I showed Adam Yu discuss that veteran riders or seasoned riders and new riders make simple errors, and they need to keep those things in mind so they won't hurt themselves. Because the guy who made the video, he hurt 3 of his own ribs. He could have punctured his lungs, and he'd been riding for a while. He's a doctor too, so he know better. Um, yeah, I hope the people who watched the show thought it was all in fun. The Why You Tripping versus Lordship. I did the best I can with one hand, and it's a one-man band, one-man team. Lighting, audio, wardrobe, engineering, production, everything. One-man band. And it was fun to do. But I did tucker myself out. I had to take two 500 milligram Tylenols. I told everybody I was going to go live right after the show, but it took me a minute because I had to get me a couple of Tylenols and stuff, and I had to find stuff. I lost my wireless microphone. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, this place was a mess. I understand how it is to be Shock G. You know, Shock G, he had it down to a science. You know, he was a great entertainer. That was my Shock G tribute. You know, but I want to, just for fun, I want to act like it was real. You know, I want to discuss. You know, I think that his lordship was overconfident. I think he was feeling himself. I think his lordship thought his production was better, that his production was going to carry him. Even on the last song, like a grand finale, he walked off, even though the song wasn't finished. But he walked off because he didn't have no more verses on the song, and he just let the beat rock. You know, like he a celebrity or something. Like he just went to the VIP area and started sipping while the audience was just gonna keep dancing and shit. You know, I think it was nice that Why You Trippin' came back and did an encore. I think Why You Trippin' was professional all the way. What's up, Michelle? I think Why You Trippin', I mean, he did act like, you know, he kind of, well, you know, he's a real hip hop head. You know, like Why You Trippin' was just acting like a regular dude, a regular rapper would. You feel me? Like Lordship is more of a electronic dude, so he a little more polite and arrogant. And Why You Trippin' is more hip hop, and he don't like to play no games. You know, he want his sound right. He ain't supposed to be sound man. He a rapper. He ain't supposed to be the mic man. They supposed to sound check before he get there. You know, but his lordship do his own sound check and shit. His lordship want to run shit. That's why his song, The Money, messed up, because he didn't know the audience could still hear the music, but he couldn't hear it. So he thought the music wasn't playing, and he kept walking off the stage. Hey, what's up? Michelle, I don't know if you caught the verses, but we're discussing what happened on Lordship and and Why You Tripping Off Me verses. You know what I'm saying? I think Why You Tripping Off Me was a real MC. He was true to the culture of hip hop. I think he stayed professional all the way. There was some times where he was late coming into the camera, but you know he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. He a star. You know, he doing his thing, but you know he still performed. You know, he was more animated, and he was more descriptive with his hands to the words in the rap. But Lordship was like, you know, he was Hollywood. You know, he's like one of them DJs in London or something. You know, he like shit, man. Lordship let the sound and the atmosphere work it for him. Shit, I think Lordship did more dancing than actually rapping. He did. I would say Why You Tripping was he rapped the show, and Lordship performed the show. You know what I'm saying? Well, you agree, Michelle? And thank you, Michelle. I think you're right that you do have to hear the show, but you ain't got to let it ruin your day. The show must go on, you know. And his lordship was mad after The Money, because you know The Money was his main song. Like The Money is 7 minutes long. The Money, you would if Lordship would have did the whole Money song, you would have seen him picking up djembe drums and African statues and guitars and shit, and cause the bridge is hella long. After Lordship kick a couple of verses, it's a long bridge to the end. It's a long bridge, so you would have seen Lordship act the fool, and then the song kind of cut off where he couldn't hear the song in the studio. You know, just like in verses, shit be happening. You know, remember Teddy Riley? He was having, you know, Lordship was having this Teddy Riley moment. Yeah. Let me see. Yep. So, but all in all, it was a great sound quality overall. I think everybody's music was tight and solid, and you know, that's the main thing. I think the visuals was cool. His look, we ain't seen Why You Tripping in a long time, but how Why You Tripping come out with tight graphics, tight audio, professional. I think he kind of blew me out the box. And I'm a man, like not Teddy Riley. I can say that Why You Tripping beat his lordship in the verses, but not by much. But Why You Tripping came hard. His graphics was tight. You see those pictures? If you look close, you can see his face. You can see his face, man. He wasn't like holding nothing back tonight. See lordship on that sci-fi shit. He hides behind smoke and mirrors and flash. His lordship actually wanted like a flasher, blinker type thing, a strobe light. Yeah, he wanted a strobe light. He wanted me to burn incense under the camera so it looked like it was smoke in the room. He wanted like a different color. Like when he come on, he wanted it to be red. I'm like, dude, you do it too much. It's just a living room. I mean, this, you know what I'm saying? We ain't in Teddy Riley studio. We ain't at Madison Square Gardens. Nigga, this just a small living room with a little bit of square feet. Shit, I think my little studio take up 25%. Let me see. I met Brian Alexander Morgan. Yeah, I remember BAM Magazine. But Brian Alexander Morgan. I don't know him, but I'm on the independent underground. Like you got two types of undergrounds. You got thank you. You have the kind of underground that seeks commercial success. So they're kind of underground commercially, and they always one step. They're just one person away from being commercial, but they quite never get there because people is using them. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the other people that's underground that work with people around the world that never sent the major label a demo. They never tried to be signed, and never sent a major nothing, and they just make music and release stuff and travel. You see? So I give you an example. Like I think a dude named Ryan Leslie. He's from out here and he worked with Bad Boy and he's very talented. He the one that produced one artist that I really like. It's an artist that sing and it sounds like he playing the piano. And he was on Bad Boy, and he has Stacey Dash in his video, and he's talented. But really, it's Ryan Leslie that's behind this music. So Ryan Leslie, if I got his name right, he performs on his own as an independent artist. and he's not really underground because he get paid by the majors for production, and with that money he makes, he has an advantage over the average independent underground artist. You see, and but because of his connections with, and I'm not picking on him or singling him out, but because of his connections with the major labels, when he performs, he act like he already made it. Like he act like everybody knows him. And then, that's kind of over the top when people don't know you. They know the person that you produce. And I'm trying to think of the dude's name. I'm sure you guys know. Oh, he wrote, there is some guys that I knew back in the day. I don't know if they remember me, but they was the ones producing SWV and In Vogue and a few people. I mean, Keisha Cole used to make my sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? I used to order sandwiches and I wasn't even hungry. I didn't know she was going to become a singer, but she was working at Dwayne Wiggins from the Tonys Cafe. Dwayne Wiggins, while you're recording with him and working on your project, I guess if you need a job, he'll hook you up. So Keisha Cole was working at his cafe, and I would order sandwiches for no reason at all. I walk out the door, throw it away, and give it to somebody, or I eat it. But she was back then. She was fine as hell. You just order a sandwich just because. But Destiny Child was staying at Dwayne Wiggins' house when they was recording their first album, and they were in the hood. But he had a nice house over there. It was a 2-story studio, and it was in the same area where Marcus Garvey used to live. And people up this way are not so Hollywood. They really down to earth. Some Grammy artists have gave me advice and played instruments on some of my songs before, and gave me their personal phone number and stuff. I've been to people's houses, even if they wasn't black. I spent the night at Jerry Garcia's house before. From Grateful Dead. But people are cool. They out here they think of entertainment as a job. It's a job, it's work. And you try to find a way to retire after a while. Because you can't imagine playing It's Your Anniversary 200 times for the video shoot. And then got to come back 8 hours later for the nightclub and sing that same damn song again at the same nightclub you shot the video, along with the other songs you done sung at 199 other locations that year. It becomes a job. It's work. You train for it. You're like a Navy SEAL, except you're in music. And you gotta, achieve your goal. So it takes talent to stay interested in the song and the song stay fresh and keep that same feeling you get when you first recorded it, So, yeah, when you get that loan from the big company, now the pressure's on. You got people who feel like they should have got their cut, and it's just a loan, and you got to spend it on the project, and you got to make the money back. But if you want to see a good documentary, most of us only know about 3 members of Tony. But it's a whole band that been together since junior high school. So there's a documentary about the rest of the band they were all family members except one person, and they were in court a lot. They were suing over those hits and stuff, suing each other. Some people felt like they got the sham, But I met Justin Bieber. Oh, that's cool. I probably know him by face, just like, like out here you would know Norton Michael Walden. You would know the lead singer from I can't think of it. look, I don't mess with the commercial artists. That's why they let me be around them. Like I get to go backstage and stuff because I don't really I know what it is. You know what time it is. Like I just be chilling. You know, most of the time I know the artist, pharmacist. Let's just put it that way. Most of the time I know the 24-hour freelance pharmacists that accommodate these artists. So I just walk in the door with them. You know, I've been backstage and I look the part. I've been backstage at concerts and half the concert is over and somebody finally say, "Hey, where do you belong? Who are you with?" I've been kicked out of backstage 3 times. But the question is, how did I get there in the first place? You know? And I see the shit that go on. It ain't that backstage is not cool. It's you know why they don't want you back there? So you can't see who gets treated with respect and who don't, and who got the best accommodations and who don't. You see what I'm saying? So, because I could give you an example. The only reason why I couldn't stay backstage was because I should have stayed on the stage area. I would have been cool, but I wanted to hang out in the dressing room lounge area. And that area is empty because everybody's in their dressing room. And because the building is old as dust, the dressing rooms are tiny as fuck. So like when Angie Stone was there with her band, you know, she big as hell. And it's nothing wrong with that, but she big as hell with all her band members. And that dressing room is hot boxing, boy. I'm talking about them dressing rooms are tiny. And then Carl Thomas, see, that's who I was trying to think of. Ryan Leslie produced Carl Thomas. It's really Ryan Leslie playing those piano riffs and stuff. And Carl Thomas didn't even have a dressing room because he was the open act. He didn't have a band. His music was on a track. The machine jammed, and they had to fix the machine. He had to sing a cappella, but everybody thought that was part of the show. And for the whole show, before it was time for him to go on, he was sitting in a hotel van behind the backstage door in the alleyway with somebody from Bad Boy, of a lady. And when it was time for him to go on, he came out the van and went out on stage. And then he went down into the lounge area because the radio station had let people win some tickets. And if the radio station didn't provide no food, they wouldn't have had no food. Like I can just go on and on and on and on. So when you're not starstruck out here, because you know everybody and their mama is something out here, you know you get to roll a little different, and sometimes you get to meet the right people, sometimes you don't. Because this is what I do. This is how I roll. I'll walk up to the Jews and the Italians standing next to the black guy or the black girl, and I stick my hand out, and the dude might think I'm finna shake his hand. You know, like whoever. Let me name somebody. I don't know. Like I don't know. Let's say LL Cool J. But he was standing too close to the old Jewish man with the money. So my hand is going to the old man. It's not going to LL. I'm like, yo, how you doing, sir? How long are you in town? Let me give you my card. That's what I do. I swear to God. I don't. Look, Legacy walked up to me. Other people, they be walking up to me like, who are you? I said, I'm trying to make it like you. I'm an independent artist. You know, because like, there be conferences and stuff. And I'll be asking questions. And I remember I was giving the press a hard time. I said the free press is, I love the free press. It was the free press mixed with the big money press, right? Well, I said, you other people, you got some nerves. I got to buy an ad just to get you to write a story about me. I can't just be good in my performance and you find out about me. I got to buy an ad in your magazine, or I got to pay a publicist who already have a contact with you to write about me. And you know, if I buy an ad without the publicist, I'll get a two or three page spread. And if I go through the publicist already got real estate in the magazine. But what trumps all of that is a company like Warner Brother, who might own the whole fucking magazine. And this issue, they want to put their artists on the cover or give their artists the bigger spread. You know, because the Warner Brothers will own hella magazines, including Essence. Like, you know, even though it's black owned, but, you know, people be needing money, and quietly they'll make deals with companies like Warner Brothers. Whenever a black magazine start looking different and looking uppity and looking like Esquire or some shit, they done made a deal with somebody. If the magazine look kind of ghetto and kind of put together and kind of pasted up, the picture quality ain't that great, then you know they haven't sold out yet. The only black magazine that was competitive, that was tight, was that one rap magazine. But guess what? They're not here now. That one rap, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, you know, I see you. I hide my identity, so it ain't no way to really hook up with me. But I've been an artist since '96. I got my own radio channel on Pandora and all that shit. I didn't ask to be there. I got 40. I got one song that's been remixed 40 times on SoundCloud. I got videos with 1.5 million views. But I don't mention the name of that group or that you know, that organization. But it's out there. I'm starting other brands. I just turned my Instagram into a brand now. I'm a digital content creator. So I'm finna erase all the troll stuff. And now I'm making contacts with other electric unicycle riders. So it's popping off. The first day I turned it into a digital brand page. I start connecting with other electric unicycle riders in other countries and stuff. So it's on now. Lordship 2020 on IG. But these people, I don't make R&B. I don't make those teeny bopper. I don't make commercial pop Cheerio songs. I don't have nothing against them, but you know, I'm different. I want to do movie soundtracks and shit, and you know, soundtracks for documentaries and shows on Netflix and stuff like that. Yeah, those anybody can make those you know, those songs, those Bill DeVoe songs and all that. It's cool and you'll be paid. I mean, but I just want my own sound, like Miles Davis and Coltrane and Charlie Parker and Charles Mingus. And you know, my great uncle is Count Basie, and you know, Duke Ellington. And I just want my own, you know, just like Organized Confusion, Wu-Tang, you know, Jay Dilla, you know, Black Moon, The Lynch Mob, Public Enemy, NWA. I just want my own vibe. All these people made beats in 4/4, and like that's kind of like ancient anyway. Like 4/4, how long? I mean, it's gonna be another 1,000 years we make beats in 4/4 time signature at between 85 and 90 BPMs and shit. I've been past that, man. I made beats at 180 BPMs. It depends on the time signature. Yeah, those Tylenols are kicking in, boy. But look, I wore myself out doing the verses. I don't know why you tripping. I don't know how he felt. He came up here from Detroit. He already went. He caught an Uber back to the airport. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mommy. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. That's Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on got to run. No, I'm just. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. No, I'm just. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. Team on got to run. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. I'm mommy. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Team on got to run. No. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Girl, I got this boy, so you can enjoy it. He's enjoying it. Oh, I'm mommy. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. No, I'm just. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right. Team on got to run. Team on got to run. Oh, I'm mommy. That's right.
Man, that should be like triple platinum by now. That should be triple platinum. What's up, Taryn Heron in the building? You know, California becomes the first nation to require vaccines for all healthcare workers. You know, when I was in the hospital last Thursday, 36 hospital workers caught COVID that day when I went to emergency. You know, it's crazy. And then I went to surgery Monday, and they said, you want to stay overnight? Even in emergency, they said, you want to stay overnight or stay to the surgery? I was like, nope. I will come back, and I'll do in and out surgery. So I was on standby, just like you on standby for a flight. You know, if you got the hookup, you could be on standby for surgery the same way. The way that they modernize, I got to give a shout out to Zuckerberg, some young talent. The guy from Facebook, he gave this hospital $500 million, and they got superpowers. They got some crazy Star Trek type of equipment. They had my arm above this plate with this thing beaming at it, but it was a plate. It was like a tablet with no screen, but you could still got buttons to press and stuff, right? But it was a tablet. You put your arm over it, they holding it. They got another thing pointing at it, and they could see the bone in your arm. And I was like, don't you want to give me one of those don't you want to give me one of those lead body things? And they were like, oh sure, you want one? Yeah, let me get one of those lead coverings. Okay, you know, it's a little different. It's not like that, but it's, yeah, radar. That's how long I've been. When I got my teeth x-rayed and shit, it's all different now, you know. But when I got x-rayed in the emergency room, it was different. Every time, right before they take the picture, the dude, the x-ray dude would run out. And as he's running out, he hit the button. The button is wireless now. But so I've seen the progression of radiology, man. And radiologists have a hard job because they're trying not to expose themselves and do their job at the same time. You know? You hear equipment fall? Look, I only got one hand, so I can't hit that mute button at all today. That's a patella. Every time I do a show, there's a damn medical expert in the chat, which I don't mind. That's the type of people I attract to my show. So I brag about that. I got at least 3 or 4 people who know they medical stuff. So when I was doing the verses though, thank you, Taryn, I tuckered myself out and my arm started to hurt. I had to take 2 Tylenols. And that is funny. That is funny. Hold on one second. Let me get some water, okay? Be right back. I played that song yesterday. Let me play a different song today. This is his lordship. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get with my Soldier Love remix. I just want to say that you only get one journey. You only get one chance. You only have one moment to experience love. So while you're on this earth, take that leap, take that chance, take that risk. Because once you achieve it, You never want to let it go. And you deserve it just like everybody else. Be a soldier. A soldier for love.
I've lost the use of my heart. But I'm still alive. Still looking for the light. The endless pool on the other side. It's a wild, wild west. Doing my best. For the line of my faith, I'm looking to land of my devotion. In the front line of this battle of mine, but I'm still alive. I'm a soldier of love. Every day and night. All the days of my life.
Damn, that song went off so fast. I didn't even get a chance to get my water. Let me play one more. Thank you, Michelle. Right on. Too many beeps. Always a critic. But you know, I know you. I know what you like. You like that H Town and yeah. It's all gravy though. I said I get my water. Let me get some water. I think you'll like this one. It's my father in his late 60s. Hey, Pops.
Motown. I told everybody to get back, 'cause I'm riding in my black Cadillac. Motown, it was good. Riding in my black Fleetwood. Hey, I felt like I wanna fly. Yes, yeah, baby, yeah, felt like I wanna fly. All time, all my friends, they frown when I came around. I was smooth and so cool. If I could, yes I would. Hey, hey, thank you, buddy. First time's on me, on me. Next time's gonna be on you. Wearing my black suit and my blue suede shoes. Motown, Motown. I told everybody to get back, 'cause I'm riding in my Cadillac. Ooh, I'm so yeah, yeah, baby.
I think while you tripping stole my wireless mic. I can't find it. You know what I'm saying? And he left the studio and went straight to the airport. You see how on his little gas mask and shit. And he had on the kind that you use when you paint a car, like a respirator. That thing don't protect you from COVID. Got that shit on Amazon or something. But yeah, I can't find the wireless mic come in two pieces. I can't find the other pieces. The verses was crazy. I'm still cleaning up. That's why I couldn't go live right away. I'm still cleaning up, like the, you know, furniture knocked over, all kind of shit. You know, that's why I don't like hosting too many rap artists, man. They tear your shit up. You know, tear your house up. Let me see. Let me see. Reefer in the house. D'Angelo trick. Yeah, that was for the ladies. Yeah, it's you won't see another versus for a while unless I got a team. I tried to get my wife to help me, but she was tired. She wanted to go to bed. So I said, "All right, I'll do it myself." Now I'm sitting here with my arm hurting, all tuckered out. Maybe you should get one. What? A Cadillac? My father got a nice crossover XTS or something. He used that. He used to have the XRS. Now he got the XTS. Maroon. Just try to stay out of trouble, Michelle. You know, I switched my crypto over from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and that was a good move because Bitcoin was going down and Ethereum was going up. So I was like, "What's popping?" You know, I should have told my wife because she lost about $200 on BTH, and but you know, the crypto market price suddenly soars towards 2 trillion, and Ethereum could be about to flip Bitcoin. Forget what McAfee says. You know, McAfee was a cokehead. You know, McAfee was like a low class Hugh Hefner. Okay, but I mean he was cool though. I like him, but he's a little out there. You know. So I think if you haven't hooked up with Coinbase, you should. And Doggy Coin, I would get that. I would get some of Doggy Coin and just sit on it, like I would get just maybe $100 worth of Doggy Coin, and never get rid of it, and just sit on it for a long time. And Ethereum's major upgrade. London basically invested in Ethereum. They helped Ethereum price records gain more than 20% over the last week, and sending Bitcoin back over 40,000. The Ethereum price boost pushing either tokens towards 3,000 has caused the combined crypto market to climb almost 1.7 trillion, up from its recent lows of 1.2 trillion. Now, as Ethereum's rally accelerates, leaving the Bitcoin price in the dust, some in the crypto industry are predicting Ethereum could take over Bitcoin as the world's biggest cryptocurrency by value, thanks to London. And that information came from Forbes crypto information. I guess people who defended the Capitol is going to get gold medals, and Biden, he's his goal on boosting in electric vehicles and making that the main thing now is in full effect. You know, China's prosecuted Muslims are getting refuge in America now, as if we just the drop off place for everybody now. And Greenville got the shit burnt out of them, huh? You heard about Greenville, California? And I don't think anybody returning to Amazon's offices anytime soon. We getting that second wave, the next wave of the pandemic. So I think Amazon is going to stay empty as of now. And look for that booster shot around the corner. Now you heard about the motorcycle rally. Will it happen or will it not happen? How come they talk about this motorcycle riding rally, right? But they don't talk about the black one. They have a black Harley Davidson rider rally that have 400,000 people. There's nobody gets shot, no fights. 400,000 black motorcycle riders get together, but it's not a discussion in the news and how the pandemic and this new, Delta thing is going to affect that. But they can always go live on IG, huh? They can always have their own YouTube channel. Don't stop begging the news to talk about you. If they don't want to talk about you, then fuck them. Talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Leave Cali alone. I look at the shutdown. I wish I was around for the prohibition. So when I see this thing going on with the pandemic, it seems like the prohibition would have been like that, because I was working underground just like that. Like it was more profitable when things were shut down, because you could raise your prices and all kind of shit, and you could sneak around and have your company open secretly with the windows blocked. So I thought all of that was kind of exciting, even though it was unfortunate for other people. So there's pros and cons to being self-employed. Like, I still didn't get my water. God damn. I still didn't get my water. You hear me losing my voice? Hold on. Yeah, I hope that um Street Knowledge talk about my verses tomorrow, like he talked about the other group, Dipset and the Locks or whatever. I ain't on that level, but I hope somebody talk about my verses tomorrow. That'd be cool. I'll even take Uncle Fester putting it down. That'd be cool. Garth Brooks want people to mask up. You know, I mean that's what I heard. Greece has thousands of fires, the worst wave in decades. COVID leaves Louisiana frontline workers exhausted, and Florida is leading U.S. in cases. And you know, I'm gonna have my own Flipboard magazine soon, so I'll be dropping a link in the chat. I just been working on it, but for those of you who use Flipboard or don't use Flipboard, I'll be having my own Flipboard magazine. It looks best on the iPad, but it's on every platform, every phone platform, and computer platform as well. Over 300 cats die in the UK from illnesses that could be linked to toxic pet food. Key that, man. And hotels have become hospitals in Cuba as they battle the soaring COVID cases. But something tells me that this epidemic is not natural. You know, like it's something sinister behind it. You know, I get the feeling of that. I think this is going to be the humans' last stance on this planet because the planet is trying to cure itself of a disease called human beings. Humans are plaguing the earth. As I quote Caesar of Planet of the Apes, beware of the beast man, for he is the devil's spawn. May he not plague the earth, for he surely will destroy it, either his ego or his idiocy. I loved Planet of the Apes, the real Planet of the Apes from the 70s, not that bullshit they're trying to run today. The original Planet of the Apes, where the ape went up to the black man and said, "You, of all people, should know how we feel." I said, inside joke. Inside joke. Whenever I watch films, black films, I go, message. And when I watch white science fiction films, I go, inside joke. Justin Bieber apologizes for promoting Morgan Wallen's music. Climate change can cause plant pathogens to affect crops at higher rates. Food security is a great concern. And as global temperatures continue to warm, the availability of food and how crops will fare as a result of climate change has long been of interest to environmental scientists. But you know what? In 1968, when we were going to the moon, Russia had the same problem. So America helped them out. 1969. That's why Russia didn't tell the world that America faked the trip. Because we scratched their back. Uncle Fester is playing possum again, playing victim. You know, I know that Uncle Fester has a split personality. I already know. Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester. You need to pick one personality and get rid of all the other personalities. Just pick one and stick with that, because your other personalities are getting you in trouble. That's why you don't know why people are mad at you and be upset with the things you do. Uncle Fester, we control the horizontal. We control the vertical. We control the outer limits in the inner sanctuary. We control the subconscious, and we control people's minds. We can make you happy, sad. We can make you embarrassed. We can make you happy. We are telling you to get rid of those other 6 personalities and pick one and stick with that for your own good. It's time to consolidate. It's time to tourniquet these other personalities. And then you can have a happy life with blue skies, occasional clouds. And you don't But until then, we're gonna reprogram you. Okay? Your brain is a motherboard. All right? And we're gonna have to reprogram you. And then you'll be back to normal. Okay? Uncle Fester, I know you're watching. We're gonna hack your brain. Like we always do. And then we're going to bring you back to normal. Okay? Ooh, oh, damn it. Let me get some ice. But you know what's funny? Well, it's not funny. So many things have happened near Uncle Fester, but Uncle Fester is oblivious to it. That's what I can't understand. So many terrible crimes. I done did stories on crimes that happened right in Uncle Fester's backyard. And it's a damn shame. I actually act like I don't have to get up. I do have to be somewhere at 7:30 this morning. Just gonna see if I can do it. I'm challenging myself. Oh, for real? You reported her to Big O again? Oh, you part of the Millionaires Club. I heard that. Well, as soon as I heal, I'll be going live on my unicycle again on Big O and on Instagram, because now I'm a brand. His Lordship is a brand on Instagram now. I qualified. So that's kind of cool. Right now, I'm using Streamlabs OBS Studio key, that man. And for those of you who missed the beginning of the show, I did a discussion about the Lordship, why you tripping off me versus, and I gave my opinion on how I felt it turned out. Matter of fact, if you already keyed that man, if you already set up with OBS Studio, remember how we set you up? There, when you download Streamlabs OBS Studio, there's a button that you can press and it'll transfer all your files and all your settings over to OBS Studio Streamlab. And it's cool. I'm using it right now. There's a QR code that you can scan in the settings and you'll be able to connect your OBS Studio Streamlab remote control. So you can use your iPad as a remote control. It didn't work for the verses. This versus was so like the real versus you don't even know. We had the same technical difficulties. We had engineering problems. The lighting was okay. The sound was okay. I tried to make it as real as possible. You know. Well, download the Streamlab OBS Studio for free. Matter of fact, I did a show called, something. It was something about, it was called, Free Info About Live Streaming. So, catch that. And use, or you can just go straight to the website. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you make a video about me. You put my name in your mouth. I'm going to do a grand Las Vegas show. I'm going to do a whole cruise ship performance in your name and your image and your likeness. So, if you want that promotional treatment, then get on my bad side and I'll make you a star. I'll get you monetized twice. I'll make you famous if you come this way. And I'm nice to everyone. I don't have no enemies. I consider everyone family. So join the Lordship Mafia page and join the Boombox page for lo-fi music that's going to come there. So last night I did a lo-fi. All the music came off a mini disc for about an hour or two. It was pretty cool. Nature Boy, he ain't banned from Big O. He took them horrors to the beach not too long ago. Oh, you're in your office now. I think I saw you. And you ready to take some more classes? That's great because right now it's do or die. I break my arm right on the 1st of the month. And the landlords want their money. If you're leasing a space, they don't care if you've been there 100 years. They want their money. And so right now we're in interesting times. I got lucky. I was able to get surgery and stuff like that, but I don't work for anybody. That's why I've been going live so often, because I'm on the injured list. I can only fire myself. I can never say LaTanya got me fired. Who's balding? Oh, Nature Boy. He been balding. When you got all that shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why those aristocrats were wearing wigs and people in the government was wearing wigs. People at the opera wearing wigs because they all had syphilis and they were going bald. He been balding. Yeah, his forehead looked like Area 51. People still going to go to the gala. They done lost their minds. Ain't gonna be mad because they gotta wear masks. It better be an outdoor gala. Well, it's official. Because I only got one hand and I was using this clamp to hold my phone on the shower, I dropped my iPhone 8 Plus in the tub of water. And it's fine. It works great. But the impact chipped the glass on the backside of the 8 Plus. You know, that glass on the backside of the 8 Plus is worth like $500. So I'm just gonna get some acrylic and do my own. I'm gonna do an acrylic paint, like an art piece on the back of my iPhone 8, and everybody gonna think I did it on purpose, like it's some dope shit. But it's only because I cracked the glass on the back of my 8 Plus, dropping it in the tub because I'm handicapped. Yeah. So it's good to have everyone in the studio, and where we can talk and hang out. You know, just be ourselves. Don't gotta worry about being blocked and cussed out. And everybody here knows that it's only 50 states. You know, millions of Americans were struggling to find affordable housing. Then the pandemic hit. Goddamn. Hey, win for losing. That's how some stories start. You know? I was just finna break up with her. Then she got pregnant. Goddamn. Then she caught this. And I didn't want to leave her in that state. I wanted her to heal first, and then I was going to break up with her. This girl told me she was going to break up with my buddy, but he had lost his, he lost his grandmother and stuff, so she postponed calling off the marriage. And, they was engaged. And then she needed a car because she had an accident. So she was using it for his car and shit like that. But she already had decided that she was breaking up with him. But she went on an extra 4 months just because she didn't have her shit together. That's fucked up. God don't like ugly. You know what happened? she had to move back to the apartment that she stayed when she first met him, where she had a roommate. Because when she broke up with him, she had an accident in a car, and then a tree fell and hit her parents' house in the hills. Cause God don't like ugly. And one of my clients called me and said, "I'm in town. Can I come through? Because I'm out here doing I'm doing an eviction." And he was saying that shit so nonchalantly, like it was nothing. And I know he rents the Section 8. And I was like, "Well, how much is the rent?" He was like $3,000. But if it's like Section 8, they probably pay like $2,000 because it's guaranteed money. I was like, damn. He didn't even tell me who he evicted. If it's Section 8, it's a family. But he said that shit like it was. He didn't have he had no feeling about it. And the moratorium on evictions ended out here on July 31st. And it ain't good. It's going to be about 15 million people that's going to be out on the street. And, no offense to anyone, because I love everyone. I'm cool with everyone, and I get most of my money from people who don't look like me. But I just remember seeing, Vietnam vets and white people living in tents and stuff like that on the street. And now I see nothing but black people living in cars and tents and anything they could sleep in. And I'm like, what happened? Like, what the fuck? And when this pandemic hit the U.S. in March, nobody had no idea it was going to be like this, Some people have financial setbacks. Everybody ain't popping. And when all that stuff wear out, the PUA and the assisted, the assisted, how they help you with your rent and shit. And then your credit score is low, what you gonna do? Now the cool thing is, like people from like the West Coast, they could move to Middle America or to the South and try to make it happen because they're used to a higher cost of living. If you go from, whatever, $2,400 rent to $700, $800 rent, you can handle that. You go from $3,500 rent or whatever, you can handle that. Because whatever you do, you probably can do it from your laptop. You probably get one of those jobs you can do remotely. You good. Shit, you can move to Singapore or Mexico. What's up, Maribel? Maribel came through for the lo-fi show. Y'all missed it. If you remember mini disc players and mini disc recorders, yesterday I had a mini disc player lo-fi show. It was pretty cool. Well, in the city I used to live, the black population went from 14 to 3%, and probably less than that now, because it just can't afford to live there. And now you got people buying homes, and they're still working in the city, but they're buying homes 50 miles away. to 80 miles away and commuting. And on days they don't feel like commuting, they just get a motel room. But you know, having subsidized housing is a two-way sword. It's a trap because once you get subsidized, you'll get too used to it after a while, and it'll be hard for you to adjust to normal rent. You know, if you're only paying $800 for a 4-bedroom, and you've been doing that for 10 years, it's gonna be hard to go from 8 to 2,800 if you want to raise your family, if you want to continue to raise your family in a safe environment. Now, yeah, you could find something for 1,800, but you know, you're gonna have bars on your window and everything, and you're gonna be at home by a certain time and not come outside, and you're gonna get up early to go to work before everybody else get up. You know. And now it's like the Wild Wild West. If you live within 3 miles of any freeway out here, you're at risk for strong arm robbery, either by myself or somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you live within 3 miles of the freeway, that's like living near the trail, like you a cowboy going through the trails, and you at risk. I don't know what they showed you on those cowboy movies, but it wasn't all singing and riding horses. Your ass could get caught up on the trail, you know, because cowboys got to eat. They're building these little shacks, you know, no bigger than maybe 2 sizes bigger than where Vincent van Gogh was living, for the homeless. They got like billions of dollars just approved for the homeless, but they're going to build these little shacks. But guess what? They have, I think, at least 200,000 per homeless person to get off the streets. I think that's what they have. That's the budget they got. 200,000 per person. And out here, females are the largest amount of homeless people, but you see more men on the street because there's more shelters for women. They have women only shelters. They got battered women shelters. They got women of this, women that, women substance abuse, women's HIV, women in transition. You know, they just got women's everything. So you see more men on the street, and we have homeless that are spoiled too. You know, they have these trucks that come through, and you can get on the truck and you get needles, you get the shower and all kind of stuff. They might have barbers, all kind of stuff going on. I would say 15% are living on the street on purpose to save money, because in their tent they got Wi-Fi, laptops. Their tent is not cheap. They'll shoot anybody who stand too close to their tent. Now they'll shoot you in a minute. You tap on somebody's tent at night when they trying to sleep, all you're gonna hear is firecrackers. And I'm telling you, that's the truth. I don't blame your aunt, you know. Shoot, nobody knows how long. Like, if you're coming close to retirement, it's time to, start looking at other options. You know, I was looking at places like Austin, Texas, and Pflugerville, Texas. Austin is not an option anymore because tech companies have moved to Austin. Michigan is an option, but tech companies are going out there too now. Pflugerville is cool, but Pflugerville is near Austin, but it tends to flood every now and then. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be working and hustling pretty much all the way to the end. That's what I'm saying. I wonder what this is. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. That, man, there's so much going on in that city right there. It looks pretty, but Homeland Security is helping the police there, and they get rid of all the riffraff. Yep, they get rid of all the troublemakers. But I took pictures over in this area of windsurfers. So if you get a chance, drop by his Lordship 2020 page, and you'll see beautiful pictures of windsurfers and stuff like that. That's crazy, Hudson. That is crazy. And do you know what? We do have rent control out here, right? So these people were working on their apartment because they were going to rent to new tenants, right? So they had all this construction going on, right? So they were making a lot of noise, and the tenants were complaining. So some of the tenants moved out, right? But the other tenants stayed, and they were offered $400,000 to move. And so the ones that moved out, they tried to come back and get some money, but they left already. But the ones that stayed and endured the noise, they got offered $400,000. That's a true fact. Look it up. That happened out here, because they was probably paying like $800 or $900 for a 2-bedroom, but they could get $4,000 a month for the same place if it wasn't for rent control, because they had been there so long. And some of the people didn't even live here. Like one guy lived in Japan, but he kept his apartment out here, and because he had it for so long, he was only paying low price, because they could only go up about 6% a year, depending on how old the building was. So some buildings he couldn't go up at all. That's a trip. But yeah, you're rich, nice place, but you got so much shit. You on the street. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yo. I saved it as a watch later, but I see that yeah. See, people be having money and nothing to do with it. You know? People be having money with nothing to do with it. But I guess that's easy for me to say, but they know not to give me no money. You think I know this YouTube, like this live streaming stuff? Shit, give me some money. I'll be Robert Townsend. If you gave me some money, I'll be the Robert Townsend of YouTube. You thought the 5 Heartbeats was a movie? Shit, I'll give you a movie out this world. This dude got CD Walkmans and it's a bunch of unnecessary stuff. It's stuff underneath his car. Cats. This dude hoarding cats. The dude ain't even selling the stuff. He just collecting stuff. And he used to be, he used to have a nice lady. He used to be a handsome gentleman. And it's easy to become a hoarder though. It starts right when you stop throwing away your when you go to the store and you buy clothes or buy something, like you buy a laptop or something, right? And you come home with the bag and you fold it and you put it away. That is lightweight hoarding. That's the beginning stages of hoarding. If you keep your shoebox or your tennis shoes, you keep your little Coach bag or whatever, just because you got it from a nice store, you keep your little bag that you put your Gucci in, or your Coach, or even your Ross or your Nordstrom. You keep the little bag. That's lightweight hoarding. Throw that shit away. If you keep any grocery store bags in your house, that's hoarding. You know what I'm saying? Nah, right. Now, I am a lightweight hoarder myself, but I think my wife is worse than me. But I don't consider myself a real hoarder because I use everything that I get, and I make myself use it constantly. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on one second. Let me put the hold on. Hello. This is his. Whoops. I'm not looking for that. Let's see. Nope. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That is the sound of discussion and atonement. Let me see. There we go. Great. Perfect. Now, Did you catch the verses? You say you're a lightweight holder because you keep the bags and you use the grocery bags, and mini trash bags. Well, you keep the boxes of tech stuff you buy into. Yeah, see, but then you still don't throw it away because I do the same thing. I think I got the box for everything that I've got right now. I think I was forced to get rid of the box for my unicycle. But I'm ready to upgrade. I want to get a Tesla unicycle. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting the big dog, but it's too much money. But yeah, I got the box to my Native Instrument Machina MK2. I still got the box to my Akai. I still got the boxes to the computers too, and almost I would say 80% of the stuff. But did you catch the verses? Was you here for the verses? Why you tripping versus Lordship? Well, man, it made my arm sore. I couldn't believe, because Why You Tripping don't know how to engineer and stuff. So I had to rap and work the board and the lights, and so it wasn't fair. That's the only reason Why You Tripping won, because I had to do all the work. But I can't find my wireless mic. I've been looking for it. I'm not going to bed until I find my wireless mic. Yeah, that's why you tripping explain which song went to who. And this show was about, talking about this show. Just how Street Knowledge talked about the Dipset verses. This show is about the Lordship and Why You Tripping verses. So, uh-oh. I think that Why You Tripping did get away. Why You Tripping did Freeze the Cut, and Lordship did The Money and Captain Kirk. It is hard to tell their voices apart, but Why You Tripping is more hip hop, and Lordship is more electronic, like, you know. Miss Trinidad in the building. Welcome to the show. You might have missed this. You might have missed the verses. Lordship versus Why You Tripping versus was dope. I'm trying to get the link right now. It's never been so hard to get the damn link. There we go. There we go. There you go. That's the verses. His Lordship versus Why You Tripping Off Me. 4 songs. Great sound quality. Great visuals. Very dedicated artist. I must say that Why You Tripping Off Me beat His Lordship. But, you know, Why You Tripping Off Me, he's just an artist. Like, he's just a rapper. And Lordship is more of a, he's more like a, you know, he's more like a visual, he's more into the overall vibe of stuff and the performance. And Why You Tripping Off Me is straight into the, he's into the beat side, the artist side. Hey, I know I sound crazy. But if you look at the artwork, if you look at the pictures closely, you can see what Why You Tripping Off Me look like. He looks definitely different from His Lordship. You know, his Lord, Why You Tripping Off Me looks like Steve Spacek without the gray hairs. You know. You know, I'd put it like this. Why You Tripping Off Me looks West Indian and His Lordship looks West Virginian. Straight up. Well, I think he's going to come back. I think he's feeling himself now. He really swept the verses. Like, he came through, was professional. I mean, Get Away was hard. Like, let me give you just a peek of Why You Tripping. This is how Why You Tripping came. Because you know how when people do a review of verses, they play a little bit of what happened at the verses. So wait a minute. Yeah, like, I think His Lordship, since he was running the show, he took the show for granted. You know, he wasn't all in. But then he had more things to worry about. And Why You Tripping, all he had to do was just show up and perform. So it's different when you don't have the same kind of pressure on you. You know? I'm going to see if I can hunt it down right quick. Yep, I see it. It was a 30-minute versus. Oh, it's all good. You look good in blue. I'm using the new OBS Streamlab version, so I haven't perfected it yet, but it's looking good. But I haven't perfected it yet. I don't know who Miss Trinidad is, but she is welcome. I might know who it is, but she's welcome here. There's a whole crew of people that comment on my videos that don't chat in the chat room, but they comment on the videos. So I got some people that like the videos. Some people like the show. Some people like both. Some people don't like me at all. Oh, Generation X is in the building. Check your DMs. And did you catch the verses? Is Generation X? Is you still here? Did you catch the verses with His Lordship and Why You Tripping Off Me? Oh, cool. I'm glad you like both. I think that see, this is Why You Tripping in the white, and His Lordship is in the orange. And I think His Lordship was, because he was running the show, that he kind of took the show for granted, and he didn't feel like he had to work hard to perform because he was going for a vibe. And I think Why You Tripping was going for, he's in the showmanship because he's like a real rapper. And I think His Lordship is more into the visual side. As long as it looks good and sound good, he don't care. Oh, you just watched the verses? Well, I want to show you that I don't know about you, Generation X, but I feel like Why You Tripping won this one because he was more focused and dedicated. And I think His Lordship lost because he thinks that his music is better than Why You Tripping's music. You know what I'm saying? But Why You Tripping, he collaborate with different producers around the world. But His Lordship did have some technical difficulties, and that was pissing Why You Tripping off because he just wanted to have a show. And I think the graphics was good. I mean, Lordship graphics was great. Why You Tripping graphics was great. But like I said, Why You Tripping is more like a urban rapper, like a regular street dude. But Lordship is like a tech dude. Like he's like I don't know. He's more like a, like a tech rapper. You know what I'm saying? He lazy. Like Lordship really only likes to do one or two verses at the most. He'll do one long verse and say, fuck it. But Why You Tripping will do 2 or 3 verses. And Why You Tripping will have long ass choruses too. Like Why You Tripping chorus is a verse that you don't mind hearing over and over, and then he'll have a verse after the chorus. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I think Why You Tripping first song is I think he yeah. As soon as I see him on the screen, I think his first song was the hardest. electronics. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's getting crazy. Yo, how many signs do it take to watch the clock tick down to a red light stop? Birds can't fly once you kill the flock. Drop out the sky like original mop. Too many can't see the simple signs. Too much TV and simple minds. Fish don't float when they hit the shore. Can't swim down the river no more. People need love, get some of the kids. If you can't reach the youth, then develop a bridge. Ain't too. Damn. Damn. He said, if you can't teach the youth, then develop a bridge. Ain't too much that I haven't did except walk across the desert to a pyramid. Get away. That's all I'm just saying, man. Look, why you tripping? You know what I'm saying? Why you tripping? Wait, let's tune in a little bit more. How many MCs still on this? MP3 or microchip? Everything changed, but the move came swift. Selling music out the trunk, make the whole thing stiff. Run away with the game on lock, right here, right now. The beat go drop with so much drama and so much pain. I could put it in the music, but what would it gain? The next time you might see me, I'm caught up in the scandal on your TV. Run away, cause it's all a trap. Trying to make a living, all I do is that. I got to get away. I got to get away, away. Just look for the signs on the movie screen. The games that people play, the songs they sing today. The words get in your brain. That's when we act the same. By the hour, the minutes, seconds, bytes and frames. I got to get away, get away, get away. Yeah. He got me, you know what I'm saying? But that song, The Money, if there wasn't no technical difficulties, that would have been like a song. It was 7 minutes long. I was gonna try to steal the show. But The Money, you could hear it at home, but I couldn't hear it in the booth, so I couldn't do my Money song. That's my song. 7 minute song, The Money. You know what I'm saying? But I was gonna pick up guitars, djembes, banjos and shit. But you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Why You Trippin' did sound check. I didn't do sound check. And so he had an advantage. I didn't have to do sound check because it's my shit, but at the same time, always do sound check. You feel me? You won't regret it. And let me see. Lordship, he was a little egotistical though. What's up, Oceami? Oh, you like that song? Right on, man. You are a true critic. Let me tell you something, Generation. I like the way you break down battle rap and all that stuff. So your video is one of the videos I listen to get an opinion about the situation. So when you was talking about Dipset in the locks or whatever, I was like, he was breaking that shit down. He know his shit. And I was like, whoa. So if you give me a compliment or if you say anything, I take that as, I take that as something, because you have a knack. Just like Howard Cosell is good at critiquing boxing, you have a knack for critiquing hip hop and battle rap, and I always take what you say into consideration. So anybody who's not subbed to his channel, you should check it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now his lordship do like to dance. He He from that Hammer, Luke Skywalker era. You know what I'm saying? So Lordship do like to make some moves. And his music is more danceable. Like Why You Tripping music is like a head nodder, you know, got an East Coast vibe, and Lordship got that West Coast or that Miami bass or that Southern California um, Arabian Prince type of vibe going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where he's at right here. Money isn't everything, but everything is money. And when you get some money, people tend to act funny. It's hard to find a bee today who doesn't like the honey. So keep your mind right, or you can't do nothing for me. Money is the root of all evil, so to speak. They keep a man broke, then destroy the things he needs. I cannot succeed to be a better man indeed. I must drown in my beliefs and hit the weed. Yeah, money on my mind. If I haven't made a point, you don't need a prescription. See, Lordship started complaining about technical difficulties right there. You know, he couldn't hear in the booth. He couldn't hear. The monitors wasn't working. So he tapped out. And then after 2 starts, you know, I was frustrated. Like, I don't believe in starting over. Like, let's keep it going. Like, every time you start over, it devalues the song. You know, people don't got patience for that. So he tapped out. And then Why You Tripping came hard again. I don't know what's the name of the song, but thanks, OCME. Oh, you know who Arabian Prince is? Cause look, they don't know. You know, before NWA was hollering Compton, they was hollering Carson City. And on their first album, there is a song with Arabian Prince. There's a song called "This Is Something to Dance To." So when I make a hip hop reference, I make a reference. And all those artists on the back of the NWA album made dance music. JJ Fad and all them people they wasn't really thugs or nothing. They were just regular people on the back of that album. Those were dance music artists on the back of the NWA album, sitting in the in the back of that warehouse. So his Lordship tapped out. He said, "Fuck it." He got frustrated, and his Lordship lost the wireless mic. We're still looking for it. But then Why You Tripping came back hard again. Let's check in on the sound.
Tour or the studio, ride the bus. It doesn't matter who you know. Cut 99 bars to go. Keep it under control. More pets for a car on the road. In my eyes, you a girl with a goal. Put that ass to work with the fits and perks. Keep me in your look to purse. And you'll see how it works. Life is like an orange, you can peel a slice. When you taste it, you wanna squeeze it right. When you face it, you wanna break the ice. Like 2 turntables when I test the mic. You get the picture, go ahead, grab a cup. It's a picnic, take a screw, mix it up. If you don't play the game, don't interrupt. All money ain't the same unless you freeze the cut.
I'm just saying, Why You Tripping is an MC. His Lordship is a performer. I think his Lordship is all theater, but Why You Tripping is like a MC, a master of ceremony. I think people forget what MC means. It means master of ceremony. You know, it don't even mean rapper. It just means master of ceremony. You know what I'm saying? You say my lights look like, you can see the lights? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me rewind that. Hold on, let me play a little bit more though. you can see. Oh, you mean on the artwork? Oh, okay. I thought you meant you could see my studio lights because I have big old umbrella lights. I didn't have time to really get the. I didn't have time to perfect the green screen part of the show. If you look close, you can tell. And I didn't have time to position my lights right. But when you said that, I thought that's a train station, and those are lights at a train station. Yeah. I got you now. They ain't even crossed my mind like that's a trip.
Freeze the cut. That was him on Get Away. But he sabotaged my shit, the money, and then tried to blame me. You know what I'm saying?
But I do like the past versus the future vibe.
And that's
so, Why You Trippin' came out with Freeze the Cut. No, he came out with Get Away and then Freeze the Cut. Lordship came with the money, but had technical difficulties. But I do feel in the end, Lordship made up for everything. Like that, I think the Captain Kirk song was innovative and that it kind of made up for any doubt that Lordship can hold its own. It's just that Why You Trippin' had more hits than Lordship had, as far as show-wise, that's all. I think if they did 8 songs, if they would have did 4 songs apiece, I think Lordship would have came back and took over, but they only did 4 songs, and Lordship didn't come out the gate like Why You Trippin' did.
Never run, I die with the shit. Beat me up from the trap, I'll be about this bitch. I'm Captain Kirk.
But yeah, now that you pointed that out, now look, here go Lordship, hella Hollywood, over the top.
I'm the one. Come aboard ship if I get the beat 'em. Making money run, I die with the ship. Beat me up. Enterprise bitch. So it's gonna go down like this. It's the end of, you know what I'm saying? He with the old school, I'm with that new school. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he scored on that. Why You Trippin' scored on that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going out though. You know what I'm saying? He with the old school, I'm with that new school. Global in the building, Mid-Clad in the building, Ali the Sage in the building, Queen Patty in the building. You know what I'm saying? Notorious in the building. Yeah. Y'all ain't seen OJ in a minute, but he back. He doing it. That was him on Freeze the Cut. That was him on Get Away. But he sabotaged my shit, the money, and then tried to blame me. You know what I'm saying? How many songs we got left?
You hear it? You hear him talking shit? I mean, he mad. I'm mad because I'm losing. You know what I'm saying? And I just got a text message on Why You Trippin' is on the plane back to Detroit. Not But yeah, I was mad. But you know, like I said, if it would have went 8 songs, Why You Tripping don't have that many hits. Like Why You Tripping only got for like two or three good songs. But if we went 4 songs apiece, you know what I'm saying? So let me rock what he did the last song, Lordship, myself. So
It's the Enterprise, bit high above the dirt. Warp speed on you, that's how it work. Never scared, never run, I die with the ship. Beat me up from the trap, I'll be about this bitch. I'm Captain Kirk, I'm Captain Kirk. You can tell by my hat and my shirt. I'm the boss, I'm the man, I'm the one. I'm Captain Kirk, I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk. Got my spaceship parked in the Coliseum. You can come aboard ship if I get to beat 'em. Making money in this world is not a real issue. Left my phaser on the ship, got my backup pistols. I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk. You can tell by my hat and my shirt. I'm the boss, I'm the man, I'm the one. I'm Captain Kirk. 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 I'm Captain Kirk.
see, from this point on, Lordship is this on its own vibe. Like he owned one. Like he just like this. I don't know. Just had like 1/4 ounce of weed or something. I don't know. He walked off the stage like Curtis Mayfield. Somebody like he just like whatever. like Lordship act like I can't lose because it's mine. Like Lordship is like it's this all this mine, so fuck it. But but that little logo on the side says Boombox. I do have a little channel I'm trying to put together just for music, lo-fi music or whatever called Boombox. But I spell it a weird ass way. I used emojis to spell it, so I kind of hurt my own self. But you know, I'm going to develop Boombox soon. I'm gonna develop it, but it is like hella hard to just randomly find it because of the way I spell the name. You actually got to spell it Boobox, Boo. You got to spell it Boo with 2 spaces and then box because I use an emoji to. I think I use an emoji to spell it. And unfortunately, there is a boo box, but it's spelled like one word. But mine is boom box, you know. And I'm not in the algorithm. So unless you get a link at the show, it's kind of hard to find it. And who would have thought? Who would use? There's so many millions of people on YouTube. Who would have thought they would have the same Similar name. What the fuck is a boombox? I was trying to write boombox based on the Ghetto Blaster. Oh, my hand is still swollen. I gotta keep it elevated. If I don't elevate it, it just starts hurting. Yep, I can't find it unless I have to actually go to the channel, get the link, then come back to my other channel just to get the link. I started 2 other channels. I started Lordship Mafia and Boombox. So I'm getting the link to Boombox right now. Yeah, there's no way you can search for it. You have to get, whenever I do a show, I have to just drop the link in the channel during the show. No way people can find it. It's exclusive. Wait a minute. Oh, the encore. Let me rock the encore. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah. That was why you tripping off me with the encore. And whatnot. I think the verses overall, it was short, but it was cool. And like I said, that little logo in the corner is Boombox, and that's the link to Boombox in the chat room. That is the link to Boombox in the chat room. So I think that I covered pretty much everything that I could come up with. You know? Don't have anything else to talk about. I think this verse is all in all, it was cool. You know. But I usually talk about the coat, but the coat ain't doing nothing but having fun right now. So, you know, you can't really talk about the coat until they do something. Like, we ain't gonna talk about them until somebody drop dead again. So they're not newsworthy right now. But trust me, they're letting what's his name get all the press right now. They know right now that Pharaoh is getting all the press. And I try to give him a chance. Like I tried to really give him a chance, but he kind of, I don't know, you know? Because what he doing now, you can't blame nobody else. The way he talk in front of children, when he said that he had sex with his wife in the bathroom in front of the child, and he didn't say it like that. And the child was right there because he hugged the child, because he said that people say my child is afraid of me and my child is not afraid of me. And so he hugged his child right after saying something vulgar about his wife and what him and his wife did, just like Nature Boy. And then when we seen the videos of the pool party, it was no different than what Nature Boy would do. I said, damn, here we go. It's the same old shit. Another coat. Another coat. Same old, same old. Another Nature Boy, another polite, another coat. I don't know why people feel like they can speak like that in front of the children. And even if they did do something in the bathroom, the child was awake. Where was the child? Did the child hear it? Was it rape? Do you think it wasn't rape because this is supposed to be your wife? But, if you want to substitute your gang symbols for African art and call yourself a cult or a group, that's on you. Oh, well, there was some Pharaoh footage out, right? Some young Pharaoh footage. And he said that I just slept with my girl in the bathroom. But he didn't say it like that. He said, she act like she's a victim on camera and everything, but I just hid it in the bathroom. And he didn't say it like that. He said it very vulgarly in front of the child, because after he said it, he hugged and kissed his child. What's up, Taryn? And I was like, man, I was giving Pharaoh the benefit of the doubt, really. But when I seen that, I was like, nah, he on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Yep, Earth people. I'm just saying, why do people feel like their kids don't know what's going on? They can see, they can hear, they can smell. So whatever you do around them, you sending them that message. They know. If you living while live, and you making your stuff live, then you got to take what come with it. I think a lot of people think their life is normal until they put it in front of the world, and then they realize they are part of a very, very small minority. Very, very tiny. YouTube is a cult. YouTube itself is a cult. I could never discuss Nature Boy with someone that I work with or with a client. They'll think I'm crazy. They'll be like, I'm gonna find somebody else to do business with. And try to tell them why you have an issue with him and see how far that go. They'll be like, what? And you listen to this person? No, I just heard of this person and people follow this person, but I don't listen. They be like, I don't know. You know a lot about this person. So, I can't even have a conversation with anybody I know about them. You have to be a part of the cult. Now people in the cult, people in the YouTube cult, you could discuss it with them all day long. You can talk about all kind of people and things. But not outside the cult. No siree, Bob. Yeah, this hella coat. My third sneeze, and because I'm the one hand bandit, I couldn't block it. But yeah, there's so many coats out there. There's one coat in the bonnet's backyard. So, but she don't mess with them because she knows they will, make her life miserable. They would sue her for defamation and all that stuff. Yeah, there is like where the bonnet is, where Uncle Fester lived. The coat that's near her, they throw men, women, and children through walls to get the demons out of them. So they have these homes with sheetrock walls, and they would throw the whole person through it, like their body through it, to get the demon out. And they only can have sex mercenary style, and they only can have sex as some kind of special thing, and there has to be a supervisor to make sure they're not having indecent sex. They only can have sex mercenary. Well, yeah, through walls, because they got money. See, what they do is when you join their church, they adopt your children right off the gate. And if anybody question them, they got lawyer money. So they still in operation. But one lady joined, and she got kicked out, and one of her children got kicked out. And her husband wasn't even interested at first. She was interested, and then he got into the court with her and got super devout and turned against her and one of the children. And she sued the court, and the court moved to another state and didn't pay the lawsuit. Like, it's so much that Uncle Fester don't know. Like that might be the same coat. That might be Osanyami. But a coat is not illegal. If the coat does something illegal, then it's bad. But no coat is illegal. You have a right to assembly. You have a right to pursue your religious beliefs. We have the amendments. We have our rights. And there's a guy in Australia who thinks he's Jesus, and he's pretty successful because he looks more like the Jesus stereotypical image, but they really, when they sit next to him and when they talk to him and when they confess what they're going through, some people start having seizures. That's how much he influences them with his presence, And in Australia, there's a comedian who makes money off of making fun of that guy who thinks he's Jesus in Australia. And he does very, very well. So Nature Boy tried to complain about world news and these other people and the tea, but it's not uncommon for someone to make fun of a cult leader, because a guy in Australia does very well making fun of this guy who thinks he's Jesus. And I've seen videotapes of people sitting near him in the chair, and they start telling them what they've done or how bad a person they've been or what they've been through, and started shaking and going into seizure for a minute. And he just sit there with this look on his face, and then he always have a wife. I think he's on his second wife. They're always young, and they always think every time they get a wife, they think they were married in a past life. Oh, you know about him? Yeah, he's weird, and he asks for donations. When you go see him speak, he just have a little box on the table, and you drop a little something in the box. But he owns real estate in Australia, and he owns land in America. He has a huge amount of land in America, and yeah, they think he's the real deal because he looks like the stereotypical um, Michelangelo version of Jesus. He is making money, but a lot of these people are making money. Like, I got more respect for the hugging saint from Egypt. I mean, India. Now, this dude who thinks he's Jesus in Australia, there's about 5 Jesuses in people who think they're Jesus in the world that's making money. That's very popular. It's about 5 of them, and that's not including Nature Boy. He's not even on the radar. He's not even on. He's nothing. But people like LaTanya Jones look up to him, and they think that he's big time. But yeah, the real big dogs, man, they sitting on big dog property, travel. People have convulsions near him. But anyway, the hugging saint who charged $495 per hug. She would come to a hotel like the Marriott. You book your room, and then when you are in line to meet her, you have your little check or whatever, and she will hug you and tell you Jesus loves you. Yeah, and every religious belief, unfortunately, was a cult first, then became the real deal. So, if you got at least 1 million people that believe what you believe, you officially have a religion. If you got less than 1 million people, then you have a cult. You see? And a religion will turn it, a belief will turn it, a cult will turn into a religion when people are willing to die for what they believe in. So if you're willing to have some of the members put in prison for life or burnt at the stake for being a heretic, then you're going to be on your way to being a real respected religion, but somebody got to take one for the team. Yep, somebody got to take one for the team, though. So we're talking about if we talking about Nature Boy and cults, we better make sure we put some kind of representation on the screen, just so people know who we talking about. So there won't be any doubt of who we talking about, who we dealing with. Oh yeah, I was saying that today. Coats are everywhere. You know, if you into iPhones, like I was really mad. I dropped my phone in the tub. It works fine. I chipped the glass on the back, and you know that cost $500 to fix. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna probably paint some art, some acrylic art on the back of the phone to make it look like I did that on purpose. But I put the bumper guard back on it. But that phone, I don't make calls on it. I just use it for production, filming, and editing and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, I'm part of the Apple cult and the Microsoft cult, and yeah, I'm part. You know, there's the PlayStation cult. Some people are part of the BMW cult. There's nothing wrong with cults. It's if the cult does something wrong, then there's a problem. You know, if there's a crime committed against children or something like that. And thank you, Global, for sharing the video. Yeah, well, you know, I'm sure, you know, some cults are bad, some are good, but they're not illegal. And a sex cult is not illegal. The big time cults don't let you have sex. You know what I'm saying? The big time ones. Like the, you ever heard of the 10 Commandment cult? Yeah, look, network marketing is a cult. Network marketers, and Latanya was a network marketer. She just didn't know it. As soon as she called herself a travel agent, I said, network marketing, I already know. Yeah, when they use the same language. So hip hop was a cult. When everybody using the same slang and stuff, fashion, groupthink. Exactly, real one. And yeah, Osayami. Yeah, because look, you know, like we try to think that we don't think like, you know, we don't act like we're in a cult, and then we try to act like we're different from other areas of men and you know, other eras of men and women, but we are no different than they were in Egyptian times. we still worship idols, and we still think emblems and statues will make us look and be a better person, a person of stature. And people don't even know that these emblems and symbols that we are fond of, that we put a high value on, they represent gods that other people worship. Every day of the week is named after a god. We just had a thing with Saturn where we was going to be the closest to Saturn that we've been in a long time. And trust me, on that day, a lot of shit went down quietly because of what Saturn represents. You see, we have Saturn Day. You know, we have Satan Day, and then we have Sunday. We have Moon Day. Every day is named after a god. Yeah, that's all you gotta do is find a road. I'm trying to join the electric unicycle cult, and if not, I'll find my own. But I'll start my own. But you are, if you're on YouTube, if you're in this chat, you're in the YouTube cult. Television doesn't interest you no more. I bet nobody here watches TV, but still have a flat screen on the wall in case they have company. And when you do use your flat screen, if you got an adapter, or if you can restream what's on your phone to the TV screen by air, or if you got an adapter, you usually do that instead of trying to watch digital TV or cable. You know, matter of fact, I sometimes I hook an old iPad to my flat screen, and then I connect the Bluetooth to the iPad and watch Netflix that way. And I Velcro the iPad to the wall so it look cool. It's Velcro to the wall. And that iPad has 10 hours of battery life. The first one. I mean, I'm using the iPad Pro 2 for the show, but I still use the first iPad for things because it still works and the battery still has 10 hours. You could use it as a mood lamp. You could use it as a night mood lamp. You could use it as a, as a picture frame. You could use it as for touch OSC or for Lemire touchscreen remote control stuff. VJing, and you could use it for so many stuff. One of the things on there I like is NBA Jams and Monopoly on the first iPad. It's the shit. And also, one of my favorite games on the iPad is landing the space shuttle. Yeah, you use your TV for like a night light. Yeah, I started my son on a PC at 20 months, so yeah, but it's interactive television. I mean, how many TV shows you could talk to the people in the show while they're doing the show? That you can't do that with TV, and that would make me lose interest. I'm like, I want to talk to, some dude in Germany was riding his unicycle, and I got a message. Boom, this dude is live. So I click it. He's going like 25, 30, at least 30 miles per hour off road. And I'm like, this dude is gonna fall. He's gonna bite it. I just wanted to see him. I just wanted to see if he was gonna fall, but he was riding 30 miles per hour off road. I thought he was gonna hit a tree, and his safety gear is off the hook. But Germans, they be over the top. When I've been to Germany twice, motorcycle riders, their costumes look like shit from Star Wars, and it don't be cheap. It look like Matrix got their shit from German motorcycle riders, and I can only imagine when the electric unicycle craze hit hard out there, it's gonna be like crazy with the fashion and the safety gear. Oh yeah, I'm good on TikTok and all that shit. Just call me a old fuddy duddy or something. But well, we do have smart TVs, but if you want to see what they thought the future was going to be like when it came to interactive TV, watch the movie The Running Man before you go to bed. The Running Man. I got my own copy, but watch The Running Man, and you'll see. This is before YouTube and all that shit, before MySpace and all that. Watch The Running Man if you haven't seen it with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They let this guy out of prison, and if he can go from point A to point B within a certain time, he was going to be able to go free. And the whole world was watching, and it was interactive. And this was long before social media. And this is when the internet still made all that noise when you logged onto the net. It made all that crazy high pitched noise. Somebody's sending me a message about business tomorrow at they sent me a message at 9:30. Now I'm getting a message at 1 in the morning. Wow. But I'll answer it. And a woman was stabbed. Emergency personnel is performing CPR on a woman. they got this citizen protect mode. What the hell is this? Do have to get up in 6 hours. Hope she's. Well, it's, like I said, coat, coat, the word coat is not a dirty word. There's nothing wrong with a coat. Even a sex coat is nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal. But if you're in a cult and the members are breaking laws, then that's the problem. So if your cult is doing PPP frauds or what's this new thing? I did a show of I think it's called. I'll be forgetting the titles of my show. Nobody watched these type of shows anyway, but CPN. You got people doing the CPN fraud. And I made a show called The CPN Hustle or Credit Fraud. You see? So, coats usually generate money. If they do it legally, they're fine. Like Heaven's Gate, they were 250,000 strong from building websites. They were very productive. But because they spoke the same language, they had their own kind of like their own language, and they dressed similar, and they were required to wear similar haircuts if possible. That was a problem. And then when 6 people went to Mexico and got castrated to show their devoutness to the cult, that's going a little bit too far, but it's not illegal. They are adults. So Nichelle Nichols' brother was in Heaven's Gate. He's one of the oldest members. He was in Heaven's Gate over 2 decades. He was one of the 6 people who had themselves castrated. And they thought, like Uncle Fester, that they were intellectually more superior to you. And those are the ones that really think they're like really smart and you're really stupid. Those are the ones that's the easiest to get in a cult, because the cult is going to make you feel intellectually superior. They're going to you always thought you looking for validation, and when you're in a cult, it's easier for you to virtue signal. You see? But like I got hurt, and it's partially my own fault. I mean, but it was an accident. Accidents will happen. I actually just recorded somebody else's unicycle accident because there was a unicycle accident reel that was it was crazy. I wonder if it's in my recent history, because I already did a show called Pimp Down. But you ever watch a show full of fails and you look away or you go, damn, because you already know. Like I went, oh hell no, So I'm gonna look at my history and see if it's in my history. Right quick. Also, check out Layla, Leila Willis. She been doing a series on the Zulu Nation for a while. She was working on a documentary, but she's decided to leak the videos on YouTube, and she's been having some cool interviews. Yeah, she was the last one to interview. Um, I think Tafik before he was murdered. So she's been coming with some great content. Wow. I'm listed on here twice for some reason as live. But Versus are gonna get me for using their logo. It's that's a licensed image, so I'll be changing the artwork when I get around to it, which is gonna be very soon. they gonna get me. But I'm trying to look at the history right now. Oh, top 10 unicycle fails. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna wait for this one particular clip. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to see. Look, I did it again. Hold on. All right. I think I know a way of doing this without getting in trouble. Man. All right, look, check this out. Oh, you did? I like your lives. Whenever you see the numbers go up or whatever in your chat room, that's because that's me. That's me. I'll be watching. I come through. So, check this out. Look at this. Did you see that? Man. So you want to see how easy for you to take, to get jacked up. This dude is popular. This dude right here, he been riding for a long time. He been riding for a long time. And hold on. One second. Please wait while his lordship finds the proper file. Make your viewing and listening experience more pleasurable. Thank you in advance for your patience. At the tone, the time will be 1:16 EST. Doom, doom, doom. I want that job, like train station announcer, some shit like that. Give me that job and let me retire. Let me work at Paddington Station. And when I went through Heathrow and went to Paddington to get a spot to stay, I had no idea that the Paddington Bear came from that station. And I was so drunk, I didn't want to leave. I was like, nah, look, man, look, that's Paddington, man. Got there 6 in the morning, first class, United Airlines to London. That was the good old days. But the first hotel turned us down. They said, "Oh no, this is a family hotel. You will not like it here. You don't want to stay here." They ended up going to a bed and breakfast. But they said you can't have company. You can't have guests. You know. So this is how we'll do this. It's just too damn quiet. Number one. Oh, okay. Okie I'm still getting used to the OBS version of the Streamlab version of OBS Studio. They might have been racist, but hey, what would you would have done? Two Yankees, African American, drunk as a skunk, trying to check into your hotel where you do have families and children. You know what I'm saying? Is that the impression you want to give as visitors? Is that the impression you want to give as representing your country? Like we accept this behavior here. You know, it's cool. Sometimes you got to look at it from both sides. It's, everybody, people like to party and stuff, but if you just landing in my country for the first time and you're trying to get a spot, can you just get you a room, get set up, and then go get fucked up? You gotta arrive fucked up. But they never in a million years thought we flew first class. If you fly first class to London, you're gonna arrive fucked up. I had Dom Perignon. I think we was drinking Beautifuls, and then 4 glasses of champagne, steak dinners, 2.5 movies. Even the pilot came and sat by us and said, if I wasn't flying this plane, I'll be partying with you guys. So, yeah, we did it big. Now, what was racist? I'm not going to say that was racist. What was racist is on the way back, my feet was tired from walking around London and stuff. My feet was hurting. So they gave us a ride to the plane, and they assumed that we were in the regular part of the plane. And I said, no, man, we're in first class. So we had to ride back business because first class ran out of room. We had to take business, which is still cool. But for him to take us to the wrong door of the plane, because the plane was so huge, it had 2 entrances. And now that I thought was racist. So I think the plane was so big that I think it had 11 seats in a row, like from one side of the plane to the other. Hey, but hey, there's a old romantic comedy, where I think Drew Barrymore was in it, and she fell in love with some guy, and she chased him to Paris, and she was trying to hunt him down, and hotels was like kicking her out, like she couldn't check in, and she said, "Why are y'all treating me like this? Like, you're rude, but you're being polite. You're being rude, like you're being mean to me, but you're being polite about it." But they didn't give a fuck. She was the rude American girl looking for a boyfriend, and they was like, "Wait, can you please leave?" Like, "No, you cannot. We may not let you stay here because we cannot allow you to stay here, please. But if you would just leave, please, we would love that. It would be wonderful if you." It would be wonderful for all of us if you would leave, and be careful on the way out the door. Don't hurt yourself. Take care in walking out. Well, hey man, there's a lot of bad apples to that you gotta, welcome to my world, because I'm a big dude. I'm a big black dude, and I have to prove that when you come in my presence, I have to prove to you that you're not in danger, and I have to put you at ease before I can do anything. And because I don't fit the stereotypes of stuff, I got to convince you that I know what I know and do what I do, and I'm into what I'm into. And then I know that people like me are into it, whatever I do first, and they're the best at it, but you don't see it on TV, you don't see it in the news. So people be like, yeah, whatever. But we got this other guy, like I wanted to do music at this lounge, and it's a room where they where they have a pillow fight, right? And there's a DJ right by a bed, and he does mashups with Ableton Live, where he's remixing songs live right there with Ableton Live. So when I said, let me get a night in that room, they we already have someone, and he does mashups. And I said, yeah, he does. He used Ableton Live to mix songs really quickly and easily. And I've been using Ableton Live since version 4. And I got to put my resume. Yeah, I've toured overseas. I work with labels in foreign countries, because he thinks that all I know is hip hop, and that I'm going to bring a bad element to the lounge, and that I couldn't be on this other guy level because he's European or he's white, and he does music like he's done music for the Matrix. Yeah, he's done music for the Matrix because they won't let me do music for the Matrix. But I wish there was some black sci-fi makers. Now I know overseas in London there's some black sci-fi. It's more black sci-fi there than here. And on Netflix there's more black actors in science fiction on Netflix than here. But I would love to score a black science fiction film that's not a comedy. But I gotta beg these other people to let me make music for them, Rockstar or a film company. Because I can't say fuck you, I'm going to so-and-so black sci-fi production where I'm wanted. But you shouldn't be that way either. You shouldn't be that way, because Gordon Parks was Time Magazine's greatest photographer. And because he worked for Time Magazine, he was able to write 2 novels, 2 symphonies, and a movie or 2, and he never finished school. And when he went to Time Magazine, they said, "Did you see a sign that said Negro photographers wanted?" They told Gordon, "Why you didn't go to Jet or Ebony to try to get a job?" Gordon said, "I just want you to look at one picture, and if you don't like it, I'll leave." The guy looked at 1 picture, 2 pictures, 3 pictures. They hired him as a photographer for Time Magazine. He had to raise his siblings. His parents died. He had 2 siblings he had to raise. That's why he dropped out of school. I remember working in a rich neighborhood when I was younger. I made it a thing to walk around the area so people can get used to seeing me. Exactly where I park my car. Since I got hurt, my car is still in the same neighborhood I got hurt. But I just found out I got a street cleaning ticket on the window, and my battery is dead. So, but my car has been there a week, and usually after 3 days they'll put a sticker on your car and then eventually tow it if you don't pick it up. But I've been lucky because I got to know some of the neighbors from parking over there over the years. Because I'm a big black dude, I'd rather them say, "Oh yeah, he's fine. I know him. Or I've met him. He's okay." But it's a shame that I have to do that. But there's a retired sheriff that lives in that neighborhood. It's a white dude taller than me, he might have worked in the prison system. I'm worried about him. I'm more nervous about him than me. You know, he got my car ticketed before. I'm worried about him putting sugar in my tank or a nail in my tire. You know, or he already had my license plate traced, and that's illegal. But yeah, look at this guy right here. This guy is a veteran writer, and he still bit the dust. How could you? Wow. Check this out. Yeah, that's all bad right there. That dude don't care. Now, here's that same veteran rider on the badass cycle. Watch this. Yeah, that's a $3,000 cycle. Nah, man, get one, man, get one. It's a cult. It's a cult group thing. You know, everybody in the ride unicycles is part of the unicycle cult. A lot of them like to buy the same gear, even though some of the gear choices is not good because the gear is for dirt and not for asphalt. Now, this dude right here, look at the enthusiasm of this YouTuber. He is so smiling about this accident. But check this out. Now, you see that blue thing right there? I think y'all can see my mouse arrow. That's the battery. And his fall was due to equipment failure because it started jerking back and forth. Damn. And you see that little trendy light right there, little LED light. You know, these expensive helmets. No, that's the weak point. No forearm protection. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, good. You said you're amazed you can walk without tripping. Yeah, I got so much stuff here that my wife trip over the lights, the umbrella lights sometime. But man, look, everybody who do unicycle fails show this footage. Now look, I don't know if cars use this tunnel, but when you fall, you're in danger of being hit by a car, especially if you're unconscious or something like that. And look, they showing him again. He has usually it wobbles from side to side, but his is wobbling from front to back, which is unusual. But some of the unicycles have a different type of mechanism, and it hasn't been perfected yet. Because they always innovating. If you buy a $2,000, $3,000 unicycle, it's going to lose its value by 44% within a month or so. Within a few months, it'll lose its value by 44%. So right now he's showing see, it's a weird wobble. It's wobbling front to back. Now this is Kamikaze. No, this is Nate Ford God. Nate Forge, I think it is. He got 4,000 subscribers. 4.8. He's on his way to 5,000 subscribers, and he's pretty funny. I think I left a comment. Yep. I said, great video. I'm recovering from a broken arm myself. See, so I support. Yeah, they're water tolerant, but you don't want to charge them. Like if they fall into the lake, then you don't want to charge them after that. But if they get wet, you just wipe them off and spray oil on the, spray oil on the bearings or something like that. They're water tolerant. Some of them are not waterproof. Some of them are not. But here we go again. Damn. And you see, they're far apart from each other. See, it got me. It got me dropping shit. Cause I got tablets on monopods. I got tablets and stuff sitting on tall monopoles. When they're close together, you putting everybody in danger. And they just had a ride in Portland, 300 riders. And then they just had a ride between the veteran Sherman and I think a monster, some kind of Godway, and see which one could ride the furthest. And some of them were towing others because they have regenerative energy. And that's dangerous, to tow another unicycle to charge their battery up while they're riding, because they were going 50 miles. But some guys out here rode 100 miles. They rode 50 miles and back because the unicycle can go 50 miles. People crazy, man. Yeah, it was a good thing he wasn't right behind him. But you got to ride these things sober, man. That's number one. It's the same with cars and stuff. Don't be buzzed. Don't be buzzed when you ride these things. But this is their countdown. But look, man, this dude, Damn. You know? Now, this is the worst one I ever seen out of all of them. So, check this out. This one deserves audio.
Thank goodness he was wearing some gear because holy cow. Just not respecting the beeps. And that one is so rough. Number 2, we have got, Fantamus again, Gagarin. Dude is just flying. Look at this roll though. He's got his phone in his hand. Look at the save. Look at the save.
I like this channel. I like this channel. Dude did save his phone. Oh, number 1. This dude, he got number 1, but he just broke his, all he did was break his pedal. But this one right here, she was kind of, she was kind of thick, so I was like,
The number 10 spot.
but you could break your ankle like that, just like that, boom. Broken ankle. Yep. I gotta get up. I'm looking forward to that. I might have to take a nap at work. I'm bumming a ride for my wife because my car is already near the job site. So, that being said, I know, man, like, I dropped my phone, and even though it was water in the tub, it cracked the glass on the back of the phone. And it's a very expensive job. Plus, I have my gimbal mount permanently glued to the back of the phone, so I don't want to fix it because I have the Osmo OM4 and I have the mount that attached to the gimbal permanently glued to the back of that phone. So what I did is put a bumper guard on it. The glass in the front is not messed up, and then we got paint around the house for painting. So I'll just do some kind of acrylic paint job on the back and make some kind of artwork out of it, or something. Or I might just leave it alone, or I might, put an Apple sticker, Apple sticker on it, some shit. There's ways around it, but I gotta go. But I gotta get up. I'm gonna try to work for 11 hours with a broken arm tomorrow, starting early in the morning. See if I can pull it off, and see if I'm ambidextrous. You know what I'm saying? So, peace and hair grease.